Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is The Black Link, and as we inch ever closer to the official release date of February 22nd, 2020 for Destiny 2: The Witch Queen, we are of course seeing a major ramp up in the amount of information we're getting for some of the stuff we're going to be getting into when that expansion goes live. Today, we got a weapons trailer showing off a little bit of the incoming weapon crafting system, giving us an idea for how exactly that is going to work, as well as a sneak peek at some of the incoming exotic weapons and armor. All of this dropped in a short trailer that popped earlier today. I'll have that playing throughout the video here, and we're going to pull some screenshots from it and take a deeper dive into what exactly was shown off today. The trailer itself starts out with an overview of the incoming weapon crafting system. It seems a relic of some sort on Mars is where we're going to be building all of our new weapons. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be customizable about it. Virtually everything. You'll be able to pick perks, traits, barrels, and even the Masterwork stat boost that's going to be available on your weapon. Personally, I'm really excited about this. When Bungie brought up the notion of weapon crafting, it lit a fire in me because it's something I have really wanted in Destiny for a long time. The ability to take a weapon, even if it's just a specific list of weapons that you can only craft here, but to be able to take some weapons and then curate the exact role that you want on it is something Destiny and Bungie have flirted with for a while. It really kind of started with the whole Curse of Osiris sort of thing, and was then teased and evolved throughout other incarnations like what we got with the Menagerie and even with the Umbral Engram system. But it looks like we're finally getting a fully functional crafting system for weapons here in Destiny 2. The final screenshot here even shows you kind of what a prospective completed weapon could look like. You can see they pick stuff like Arrowhead Break for the barrel, accurized rounds, triple tap, dragonfly, and a range masterwork. Top tier choices, generally speaking, for top tier weapons. And while we don't get much more information about the weapon crafting system itself, I do hope that the promise here is one of virtually unlimited creativity. I hope they just let you make the weapons that you want and then put the perks that you want on them. Even if it's really resource heavy, I'll play the game to get the resources to make the version of the weapons that I want to get. That's a great idea. It works really well in other games like The Division, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the crafting system here. But after that, we got a great look at some incoming exotics as well. Starting off with a big boy, the Grand Overture, a slug launcher which charges full auto missiles. This thing's gonna require the season pass, but it looks like almost kind of a supercharged version of the Prospector, where it will charge fully auto missiles that will detonate when they come across enemies. It's almost like an explosive rounds machine gun with the way you see it firing here in the clip. After that, we get a brand new weapon called Parasite. This thing launches worms with increasing damage. And that's pretty much it. It literally just shoots hive worms at your enemies. The trailer briefly shows a hive worm flying through the sky, much like the way Witherhoard fires its projectiles, before then detonating an entire group of hive. Ultimately, it's a really interesting looking grenade launcher, and I can only imagine if it's a quest weapon, the type of quest we're gonna have to go through to get our hands on a hive worm gun. After that, we have the incoming exotic SMG, the Osteostriga. This weapon fires swarming projectiles that trigger a toxic burst, and you get a great clip of that here in the trailer. It seemingly mixes and matches the effects of not only the necrotic grip, but also the thorn, but puts it in a rapid firing weapon. In particular, if this gun synergizes with the necrotic grip the way Thorn does right now, I could see some pretty nutty combinations of you poisoning an entire room with a single magazine. After that, we got to see the 3 different glaive types for Titans, Hunters, and Warlocks. For Titans, you're going to be getting the Edge of Action, which places a protective shield on the ground. And the shield itself seems to function similar to the way your Titan bubble generally works. Now, how long it lasts and how much damage it can take before it pops, I'd be willing to bet it's probably going to be less than your super bubble is going to last. But still, being able to create bubbles on demand with your glaive is pretty neat. Next up for Warlocks, we've got the Edge of Intent, which deploys a healing turret. Again, I'd imagine this is going to function similar to the way some of the other well builds already work. And then finally, for Hunters, You'll be getting your hands on the Edge of Concurrence, which shoots a tracking lightning chain, which kind of looks like it functions similar to the way the Trinity Ghoul does. If it has the insane spread and damage of the Trinity Ghoul Thunder Shot, this might actually be pretty darn good for clearing out waves of ads. But weapons aren't the only thing we got a sneak peek of in this trailer. We also got a look at some incoming exotic armor, starting with the Hoarfrost Z chest for Titans. With this, a stasis wall is going to replace your normal Titan barricade, creating even more shatter shenanigans than are what are going on right now. Next up for Warlocks, we've got the Ozymancy gloves, which grant you additional cold snap with enhanced seeking of targets, seemingly functioning like a cold snap variant of the Nothing Manacles. Finally, for Hunters, we've got the Blight Ranger helmet, where reflected projectiles in your super will deal increased damage to your enemies. And then, of course, we get a great clip of that here of a hunter basically triple popping a super. Overall, these new exotics look really interesting, and I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to synergize with both existing builds and some of the new builds. Remember, we're going to be getting stuff like Void 3.0 active with Witch Queen as well, so I can't wait to see some of the theory and class crafting that's going to be going on there. But alright, Guardians, that's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news that was in this weapons trailer. There's a lot of really exciting Destiny-based stuff going on right now, and I cannot wait to learn more about the Witch Queen in the coming weeks. But that's what we got today. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.